Hey guys, a few days later, and we got some of our plants in, and per usual, we changed our plan up midway, so it's a little bit different than what we had originally planned, and that's okay. It's pretty normal to do, and a lot of it's based on just space and everything else. Like this mother plant back here is actually too big for the tank, so we ended up not putting it in the dead center, and we moved all the swords over to, from the back center over to here. So we got that going on. This crypt back here, that's that crypt mother plant that I unboxed on that other video, and that one is, I'm probably going to move it up to here, right here on this side, and kind of give it something, because there's not a whole lot of light over here, because this fixture is actually a little bit short on both sides, because it's a 5-foot long tank. So I might end up putting it right here and kind of giving it something to go from, from the foreground into the valves. I just started on the carpet stuff. I haven't really gotten crazy with it yet. I think I'm going to end up with door sage mostly, at least over here, and possibly something else, but as of right now, I just put some of the some Delanoid that we had. That was actually, this stuff had a bunch of algae issues, so I went ahead and just threw it in, and let's see if it actually does anything. Sorry, it's not really focusing very well, but. And then over here we got some Stargine repens growing out, and it looks okay. It looks healthy, so. But this is what it looks like overall for now. This is probably going to change at some point, but as of right now, this is where we're at. So these swords back here are starting to look good. Some of them have some yellowing on them, and they had that on them before we even put them in. But I'm just leaving it on for a few days until this new growth comes up. But if you look back there, the new growth is looking really awesome. So it's got that nice dark red. There's one that's already up, and that one. So it does look good. And as that new growth comes up, I'll start trimming these back, because I don't, these are all immersed growth anyway, so they don't need to be on there. This sword here is, I'm pretty sure this sword is actually submersed already, growth-wise. And I've got some Erectus back there that is transitioning, and so it'll be a few more weeks on that one. There's some Ammonia gracilis that is getting settled in, and gonna see how it does. I'm not really sure. And of course this tricky one, which is Golden Asea. It looks okay so far. It's been in here for I think 2.5, maybe 3 days, and it's still looking okay, so it may stay good. It did turn a little bit pink on the top, so it's a good sign that it might actually hold out, so we'll see. And then another crypt, this is undulata, and I don't know about the placement of this one yet either. It does kind of stick out where it's at, but it's also, I don't know. I mean, it's going to lose most of these leaves, and it's going to put on different kinds of leaves, so I'm not 100% sure if we're going to leave it that way or not yet. This one over here is a new one, the Hydrotriche Cartoniflora. I don't even know how to say that, but it looks a lot like Erectus does once it gets its submersed growth. It looks pretty cool. It's a nice looking plant. I don't know if this is the submersed form of this plant. I'm going to assume that it is, just because it looks, still looks good, but well, I guess we'll see in over the next week or two, and we'll see what happens with it. And up here, I got Bacopa lenidera. This is the hairy Bacopa, and this is definitely immersed. And all I'm doing here is I was just putting some in to see how well it transitions. It's just kind of back there. There's a few stems going on, so I don't know what that's going to do yet. Same thing with this here. This is this Rotala rotundifolia, aka Rotala indica is what they call it. They call it indica because it looks, if you look at it right now in its immersed form, it does look like true Rotala indica with the little leaves, and it loses these, and it has those very narrow leaves once it puts on its submersed form. So, but I don't even actually have this planted in. They're just kind of chilling out on the substrate for now. Back there, got some hygro back there. It's Hygrophila cormbosa, narrow V stricta, and this is like the gigantic, I mean these are massive, massive high grow plants. And this was another one that I just kind of took and just threw in there. It's already sticking out of the tank back here, so I don't know how it will do, whether it'll drop these leaves or not, or what it's going to do, but it has a good healthy root structure, so I think that it may do really well, but we'll just see in time. But I mean, these things, the leaves on it are massive, and got some jungle boughs over here. They look okay. The tank glass is a little bit dirty, I'm sorry, but just kind of did this on the kind of impromptu. So let's see. Oh, and one other thing, I got some mermaid weed back here, Prosperonaca palustris, and this is starting to turn red towards the tops. This this tank setup is actually, I'm doing a low tech on this. I'm not doing any CO2 at all, other than just liquid, and which is, you know, like liquid carbon supplement, which is Excel or glutaraldehyde. And you know, dosing regular Excel would get expensive on this tank because of the size, but the glutaraldehyde, being that it's only like $20 per gallon, makes it a lot cheaper. You know, because I think the dosage on this is like probably around like 10 milliliters a day, so it'll last quite a while. And I'm gonna see what kind of growth we get out of it and how that works out. So that's part of this project, is just to keep it super low tech and just to see how things work out. And I think things will be okay. We just got some, I think these are gold skirt tetras. We got a bunch of those guys in there. I got some autos in there also. There's one right there. Got some autos in, and they're gonna hopefully help keep things kind of cleaned off. And then our bunch of angelfish back in the back still hanging out, and they're pretty upset because they just got into the tank about an hour and a half ago, so they're still not very happy. But I've got that's a tiger lotus bulb down there. I'm gonna see how that thing does, and hopefully it'll put out a nice tiger lotus. But I'm not totally sure what yet to put on the front up here in the foreground. I really don't want to do driftwood, and I'm not 100% sure, but you know, I am open to suggestions if anybody has any ideas of what you think should go in here with this. I mean, I think that it's getting pretty full, but you know, I still got a ton of room along the front here, so I definitely I'm gonna fill this out some more. I've got some more repens that I can put like kind of in here to kind of fill this out, and then you know, then this is still up for grabs right here, this whole area. And this right here is willow high grow, and it's actually, some of the pieces of it look kind of janky, but it's I've got about 6 or 7 more stems I'm going to put right in this area and kind of bush it out some. And like I said before, I'm going to end up moving that probably, and I'll probably end up putting something else back there, but I'm going to move that and then either bring it up closer or take it over onto this side, just because it doesn't really have a purpose back there. It looks kind of weird. But so that's that. Any questions, comments, let me know. And thanks for watching. Bye.